Good afternoon, guys. It's currently coming up to 2 p.m. in the UK time, and today I'm going to be giving you my weekly analysis on AUD USD, what I'm currently looking at, what's happened in the previous weeks, and how we can capitalize upon new opportunities on the Australian dollar, both for next week and possibly the week ahead as well. So without further ado, let's get into this weekly analysis. So just looking at overall market structure, as this is a massive point people overlook, but we have to consider / factor it in every time we're doing our sort of weekly analysis, just to get an overall understanding on where the majority of banks' positions are currently being placed. Are they bullish or bearish? So net overall, from the bank's point of view, we are net long on AUD USD. I can tell this as we're constantly making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Ultimately made that new higher high. Now it looks like we are in this contraction range. Now what happens in contraction ranges is we tend to see a lot of manipulation. We see mitigation of previous sponsor candles. We see reactions from specific areas of interest, and then on top of in addition to having a reaction from that area of interest, we normally see that small sell-off in our Pacific bias, but then get stopped at break even, etc. So contraction ranges are not the best ranges to trade in, but in saying that, they do give us an overall broad view on where the next move is. And if you sort of look at this from a traditional market structure sense, this whole contraction range here, we are making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Arguably that new lower low that's made that new lower high. So are we going to get a smaller sort of structural play within this area here to make that new lower high, in order to make that new lower low, to come to our area of interest that still validates this whole bullish trend here, and then ultimately form that new higher high. So this is something I've got my eye on for the week ahead. I would like to see a new lower high being formed upon this level here. So I believe this is the big figure, 0.77600, around that area, and then ultimately wait for a sell-off, and I'll look to hedge my position here. And so again, there is a smaller sponsor candle, but in saying that, there's a lot of structural play within this area, a lot of mitigation, a lot of inefficient pricing that again I need to talk about in depth in an in-depth video / team call or something, for you to understand the gist of how those certain techniques work, both from a macro time frame and a micro time frame, meaning the bigger time frames and the smaller time frames, as there's certain differences between the two. But in saying that, I'm waiting for a small retracement up, come and mitigate with this sponsor candle, the last up candle before that down move. Once we've had that mitigation and that sell-off, I will then be looking to hedge my position upon a long, and then ultimately targeting that new higher high to take out these relative equal highs here, and maybe we'll have that just a small retracement and then look to target even higher prices on AUD USD. So yeah, this is my bias on AUD USD. I hope you found this video insightful. If you did, go to traderbook.com and look for my name, Aman, and sign up there, and we can go further. Once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a good evening, and thank you, and look forward to working with every single one of you very soon. Thank you very much, and have a good day.